This price tag is lying to Brown. Not because the number is fake, but because it makes Brown feel something that is not completely true. Brown walked into a store to buy toothpaste. Just toothpaste. A simple mission. A responsible mission. The kind of mission that should take 5 minutes. Then Brown saw a small gadget on a shelf. He did not need it. He did not plan to buy it. He was not even sure what it did. But the price said $9.99. Brown stopped. And his brain whispered, "That's not too bad." Now, Brown knew the truth. $9.99 is basically $10. Brown can count. On most days. But somehow, $9.99 did not feel like $10. It felt smaller. Softer. Safer. If the sign had said $10, Brown might have walked away. $10 feels like a real decision. $10 sounds like money leaving your life. But $9.99? $9.99 feels like it still belongs to the world of $9. And that tiny feeling is exactly the trap. This is called the left digit effect. Your brain pays too much attention to the first number it sees. So when Brown sees $9.99, his brain sees the number 9 first. Not 10. 9. And before Brown can think clearly, the price already feels cheaper than it really is. This is why $9.99 feels much closer to $9 than $10. Even though it is only 1 cent away from $10. 1 cent. That is not a discount. That is a costume. Stores do not use $9.99 because they care deeply about saving Brown's final penny. Nobody in a giant company meeting is saying, "We must protect Brown's 1 cent. He needs it." No. That 1 cent has a job. Its job is to stop the price from crossing into the next mental category. $10 feels like 10. $9.99 feels like 9. $100 feels serious. $99.99 feels like Brown is still being careful. $1,000 feels painful. $999 feels like Brown has somehow escaped danger. He has not. But his brain appreciates the illusion. Brown started noticing this everywhere. A shirt for $19.99. A phone case for $14.99. A subscription for $9.99 a month. Headphones for $99.99. The strange part is that Brown was not stupid. He knew the trick. But knowing the trick does not always stop the trick. Because most shopping decisions are not made slowly. Brown is tired. Brown is distracted. Brown is thinking about dinner. Brown is wondering whether he still has eggs at home. Brown is trying not to make eye contact with the very aggressive discount sign. So his brain takes shortcuts. And prices like $9.99 are designed for shortcuts. They do not need to control Brown completely. They just need to make the decision feel a little easier. And a little easier is often enough. That is the real danger. $9.99 does not force Brown to buy anything. It simply reduces the pain. It makes the price feel smaller. It gives Brown a tiny excuse. And humans love tiny excuses. Brown does not say, "I bought another random gadget." He says, "It was under $10. He does not say, "I subscribed to another app I will forget to cancel." He says, "It's only $9.99 a month." Only. That is a dangerous word. Because only $9.99 does not feel like much. Until Brown has 5 subscriptions. Then 7. Then 12. Then one day, Brown checks his bank account and realizes his money is being eaten by tiny invisible mouths. Each one only $9.99. Very polite. Very small. Very annoying. And this trick becomes even stronger with bigger numbers. Look at these two prices. $1,000. $999. The difference is only $1. But emotionally, they feel different. $1,000 has crossed a line. It has 4 digits. It looks heavy. It looks serious. It looks like Brown should sit down before buying it. But $999? Still 3 digits. Still somehow less scary. His wallet suffers either way. That is why pricing is not just math. Pricing is psychology. The number tells you the cost. But the way the number is written tells your brain how to feel about the cost. And companies know this. That is why they do not always ask, what should this product cost? They also ask, what should this price feel like? Should it feel cheap? Should it feel premium? Should it feel like a deal? Should it feel just below the painful number? Because sometimes, the feeling sells the product before the product does. So what should Brown do? Should he run away from every price ending in .99? Should he scream in the store, "Nice try, left digit effect"? No. That would make shopping difficult. And security would have questions. Instead, Brown learned one simple habit. Round it up. Every time Brown sees $9.99, he calls it $10. This removes the disguise. Then Brown asks one question. Would I still buy this at the rounded price? Sometimes the answer is yes. And that is fine. Buying things is not evil. Brown is allowed to enjoy life. But sometimes the answer is no. And that is when Brown realizes he did not really want the product. He wanted the feeling of getting a small deal. So the next time you see $9.99, pause for 1 second. Not 1 minute. Not a full financial investigation. Just 1 second. Round it up. Then decide. Because somewhere out there, a tiny missing penny is working very hard. Not to save you money, but to make your brain feel like you are spending less than you really are. And Brown? Brown still buys things for $9.99. But now, every time he sees that price, he imagines the missing penny. Tiny. Quiet. Suspicious. Standing between him and a better decision.